one of his class rivals at the back of the grid. Carl Kamer's OBE, in fact, now for his services to the video game industry. And the class for their first time out earlier on in the day. Right then, we're ready to go racing. Round 2, Porsche Carrera Cup GB for 2025. Lights out, blast off by James Wallace in the shocking pink car from the outside of the front row. And the Porsche Junior comes up alongside Andrew Rackstraw down towards Redgate for the first time, but Rackstraw on the inside line breaks that fraction later, turns in. Wallace goes second and he can't get the undercut coming out of the corner. And there's drama in the background. Sid Smith goes around, similar to what we had at the first corner of race 1.
And Will Martin tagged him as well with damage on the left front. I believe it was.
And there is the damaged car limping downhill. Is that our race 1 winner, Will Martin? It is! Well spotted, Tim. So Will Martin has got exactly the same damage as Henry Dawes. Broken front left suspension. That car's done.
Yeah, no points for him in this race. And although this race scores less points than race 1, you don't want to DNF this early in the year.
That's right, fewer points awarded to those in pro because that's where the reverse grid comes. So, 3 for the lead on lap 1, and it is up front Andrew Rackstraw ahead of James Wallace, and then Angus Whiteside. Of the 3, James Wallace, you're riding with him. He's the one that's not had an outright win. He comes up to the outside line into the chicane. No way through there. Right, left, back on the path, up towards the timing line, end of lap number 1, and Wallace gets a really good run again on Rackstraw for the lead.
Yeah, he had a better start as well, but just couldn't find a way around the outside. But very much in these early laps, while they're bringing the tyres up to pressure and temperature, it's Rackstraw on the defensive, isn't it?
As it did, as they dropped downhill then. Rackstraw was down for track limits offences in race 1. He's got to be careful, especially as he's under pressure. He's really braved through the pace. You can see him just edge away there from Wallace in second place. Angus Whiteside third. So Wallace now trying to attack for the lead, but actually at the minute he's got to be more concerned with defending second place from Angus Whiteside. And that is Will Martin limping down the pit lane. Massive frustration.
Yeah, big frustration. And that's the jeopardy of second of the reverse grid. Angus Whiteside having a look up the inside into copies and he gets cleanly through. James Wallace gave him a lot of room there. He's going to keep his powder dry to fight later in the race.
So he sets off in pursuit. Does Angus Whiteside of the race leader, Andrew Rackstraw. Wallace will sit on the tail of Whiteside thinking, OK, let's see what you can do about the leader and maybe he can follow him through. But does Wallace have a problem? Look at the amount of time he loses coming out of the chicane. Not as quick an exit at all. And 4th is Oliver White. Now that's your leading pro-am. Great effort to be 4th overall. Helped maybe by the dramas in the first corner, but even so, he steered clear of them. And Oliver White is way up the road from his class opposition. 5th overall now is George Gamble.
Yeah, but more importantly, Oliver White is very close to the back of the leading 3 pros. So that shows how fast his pace is. Let's look at the start again. James Wallace on the right gets the better start, but Andrew Rackstraw keeps him out nice and wide so that he isn't able to make a cutback on the way in. And Rackstraw leads up now. Let's look. Oh, it looked like Sid Smith got tagged, I think, by Will Martin. Yeah. That's how it looked to me, anyway.
I'd agree with that. Martin's damage was done as they came into shot, so he didn't clip him as he spun. He tagged him into the spin. He gets hit again, but the front left damage is already done.
Yeah. It's a real shame. That's ruined both their races.
Yeah.